Hey everyone, and welcome back to 4-Wheel Builds. As you can see behind me, the Mercedes C450 AMG is back from the paint shop. And it's looking great. Let me give you a closer look. Okay, first of all, ignore the battery charger. I've just got it on trickle charge, just make sure that the battery stays healthy. So what do we have painted? We had this fender painted. I did buy this fender in the right color, but it was actually blended onto here to make it match with the remainder of the car. This door was painted, not sure if you recall, but that was scratched up on the bottom there. Plus the color match wasn't all that great, so this car actually had some work done previously to this. So I decided to get this door painted as well. This door was painted, as you recall, we had a whole bunch of damage right there, which has been all taken care of, and that's looking fantastic now. The plastic trim on the rock cover was also painted, and I've managed to get that put on. This quarter panel was painted. As you can remember, the dog leg was here, was also scratched up and damaged. Plus, it was also good to get this area painted. Plus, the entire pillar roof section here has been painted all the way back to the fender. And lastly, the rear bumper bar was also painted. If you recall, in the last episode, I purchased a replacement bumper and it was a different color. So the lighting isn't great in the workshop, but let me give you a closer look. And do forgive me, it is a little bit dusty. I've got a gravel road getting to my workshop. Driving the car here gets it dusty. The color match is fantastic. You cannot really tell the difference between the panel that hasn't been painted and the panels that have. And guys, I'm extremely happy with the paint job. The man that did this for me, once again, has knocked it out of the park. The paintwork is pretty much flawless. There is a couple of little areas, just a little pinpoint areas which I think they need to get fixed up. I'm gonna wait till the paint dries up and then I'll take the car back to him once I've got everything buttoned up, and he'll get that sorted out for me. So now we're pretty much on the home straight to getting this car back on the road. After the paint shop finished with the car, I had the car transported to the V12 garage to a good friend of mine, Pavel, who sorted out the transmission out for me. As you've seen in the last episode, I pumped the transmission up with fluid. It was already dripping out, but afterwards he was able to get the transmission filled up with another 4 liters of the transmission fluid. And now this transmission works flawlessly. So I'm really happy about that. So that means I do not have to buy a replacement transmission, which would have meant more cash to be spent. So that's the good news. There is some bad news though, as well. In a project of this size, there's a lot of parts and things that need to happen to put this car back together. And it seems during the process, I forgot to refill the front differential. The front differential requires 0.6 liters of such oil or fluid, and I forgot to fill it. Now, I've had my mechanic friend drive this car down here. It's not very far, it's only a few minute drive. Plus, I took her for a short drive for my TikTok video. But all that was done without this fluid being in that front differential. So when you drive the car, it is making some noise. I believe it's related to this. So what I need to do first today is get this car jacked up and get this fluid in there. Not quite sure if that differential is now not wrecked or damaged. Only way to tell is fill this up, take it for a drive and see if that noise disappears. If not, that means another cost. I need to buy a replacement front differential and get it replaced on this car. It's just one of those things that, well, you forget about and, well, shit happens, right? So anyway, let's get the car lifted up, get this thing in there and see if that fixes up the noise issue. If not, well then, I'm gonna have to open up that purse up once again, and I'm not even quite sure as to how much these front differentials are, but anything related to AMG Mercedes, I can imagine is not gonna be all that cheap. Looking at the front differential, this is right it, and this is the fill and drain plug. So you actually have one plug to actually get this filled up and drain it. Well, you actually meant to fill it up from the side, but you can actually fill it up from this plug as well, just by pumping oil up there. So that's what we're going to be attempting. I don't want to be removing the half axle from the front. Okay, there is some oil there, which is a good thing, but nowhere near enough. So now it's just a matter of screwing one of these special ends in there. That's going to allow us to attach a hose and pump some oil into the actual differential. Alright, well, I've got my pump all set up. All I need to do is now connect up the air. I've put the fluid in. There's not much there on the bottom. It's going to be hard to gauge how much is 0.6 of a litre, but we'll do our best. And that's job done. So we have our front differential filled up, the plug is closed. This machine here, I made it quite an easy process. You pour your fluid in there, you get this hose connected up to the actual special end that you've got for the transmission or differential that you need to fill, and then you just hook up the air, and then once you let the air into the canister, well, the pressure pushes the fluid up and it gets pumped into the differential. We had a little bit of spillage because obviously when you take the plug out, well, there's some comes out. So I'm not quite sure how much that is, but probably about maybe 50 mil, if that. And then we should be able to gauge as to how much of the fluid we've got in there. It needs to be about 600. So I've drained the fluid back into the bottle. I've got about 200 milliliters in there. Plus, I reckon there's probably about 100 mil that's spilled out. I think I've probably got about 700 mil in there, which is, well, a little bit more than it calls for. You know, we're meant to have 600, but well, 700 is fine too. Now we've got that job done. Let's get that try and put that back in. And with that, the majority of our underbody trim or panels has been installed. There's still a couple of these long ones which I need to put on, but I'll do that once I put both of these. I'll do that once I put this side trim on. This side's done, I've still got to do the other side. So with that, let's maybe drop the car. And that's another job done, and one step closer to getting this car buttoned up 100%. Now it is raining outside at the moment. I wanted to actually take the car out. So I wanted to test that front differential to make sure that's still good. But let's leave that till tomorrow. So the next thing I wanted to do is actually get this side skirt on and get the sides completed. So these are actually not difficult, but quite a nuisance to put on. So let me put you on time lapse and we'll see if we can get it on. Okay, and I think that'll be it for today, so let's come back tomorrow and continue on with our Mercedes C450 AMG rebuild. So it is a very next day, guys, and today is a Sunday, so I'm not going to be doing any work on the car, but what I will do is take it for a drive and just see if that front differential with the oil in it still keeps on making that noise, because if it does, Well, that probably means that the front differential is gone and I need to replace it. So let's get the car open, replace the front number plate to a real one. That is not a real number plate, that's just for the channel, and clear some of this crap away because, well, that's going to impede me actually leaving the garage. And now that we've got everything cleared up and the proper number plate on, let's jump in the car and let's take it for, I was going to say maiden voyage, but it's not the maiden voyage, it's the second voyage, but let's see if that front differential still gives us grief. Oh yeah, I love a cold start in this car. So let's get the car up to temperature. We might take it for a longer test drive and we'll see if the car is showing any problems, symptoms or any issues that might come up. So let's hit the road. Alright guys, we'll put some fresh gas into the car, so let's go for that drive. Alright guys, I'm on my drive. The car's doing real well. There's still a noise. Not quite sure if it's the tires or potentially the brakes are still going on. But in my view, that noise that would have come from that front differential is gone. That's now gone, but there's still a noise. It's either the tires are bolt spotted, or I think maybe the brakes there's something going on with the brakes, maybe a wheel bearing or something along those lines. But other than that, the car's performing fantastic. I mean, the fact that the steering wheel is crooked, but it's actually going, it's not pulling it right or left, so it's actually driving quite straight, which is kind of nice. So let's see if we can do a bit of a pull. Wow! Jeez! That's nice. Dang, that sounds good. Man, under acceleration, that just bangs and pops. Wow! Wow, do you hear that? Dang, son! Wow! That sounds awesome, guys. We're loving it. Loving this car, I must admit. That exhaust is fantastic. Okay, I've come back from the second round of testing and the car is driving fantastic. The motor is wow. It pulls and that exhaust is fantastic. It just sounds so awesome. The growl when you actually accelerate and the pops and bangs does when you let go of the accelerator is a fantastic experience. Issue is, though, we are still getting some noise. I do not believe it's the front differential anymore. There's something on this left hand side of the car that's making some noise and I can't quite put my finger on it. If it's the brakes or tires, potentially maybe even the half shafts, maybe this is the side I've repaired. Just can't put my finger on it, so I think there's a little bit more investigation that needs to be done into it to see what the hell's going on. Though I am not getting any feedback through the steering wheels. I think if the tires were flat spotted, I'd probably get some vibration through the steering wheel. Likewise with the brakes, I think if they were pulsating, there'll be something. Likewise with the half shaft, I'd feel something, and I'm not feeling anything through the steering wheel, I must say. So, still can't put my finger on it though. But I don't know, to me it just sounds like something like the tires or the brakes. That's what my gut feel is. Other than that, man, I am so happy with this car. It puts a smile on my face every time I drive it. Well, it's a couple of days later, I'm back in the workshop and I want to get this Mercedes finally finished off. So that means getting that back bumper off, fitting up all the radiators and all the wiring loom, and plus getting these long, really long under trays on. So firstly, let's get this car moved forward. So now we've got a whole lot more room to mess with the back. And I've prepped the area with some soft old blankets just to make sure that when I take the bumper off, I'm able to put it somewhere without scratching it. This is fresh paint, or relatively fresh paint, so potentially easily scratched. So let's take this damn thing off. To take the bumper off, there's an 8mm plus some clips right there. We've got to get the rear lamps out, these ones, to undo the clips there. There's a couple of, I think, 8mm from the bottom, and well, the same on this side. So guys, the bumper is back on. All the lines are looking fantastic, as you can see. I've got to put the lights on. The diffuser is on. It really finishes up the car. This side, I needed to actually take the washer out because now the gaps are aligned. Well, the results speak for themselves. So I had to take the washer out because I was actually sticking too proud. The rear bumper bar is now done. It's all finished up, all secured, buttoned up, and it's looking fantastic. So guys, the only thing I really got to do now is install these underbody panels, and a Mercedes will be complete. First of all, it seems I marked up the sides. The front is actually this side, the leaner, and the thicker side is at the rear, just in case you're doing this. Our underbody tray is on, nice and secure. So now I've got one side done, and go onto the other side. And ladies and gentlemen, with the right hand side now also done, the build of the C450 AMG is, well, officially done. The car is finished. Well, maybe there is a couple of little things I need to do here and there, but I can go back on the road. With these little things, what do I mean? Well, I still need to exchange the AC panel over. On the old fenders, as you can see, we've got the AMG badge. I need to get that off and get it installed on the new fender. So yeah, just little knickknacks here and there, but man, have I got a happy face. The C450 AMG is finally done and I can enjoy the car. Finally. It is dark today, so I'll come back tomorrow. We'll take it for a rip. Yeah, we'll go ripping. Rip, 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 rip. C450 AMG, you little ripper. So let's end this episode on that note. So what does this mean? Well, what this means is that the C450 AMG rebuild project from wrecked to good is finished, but the project will continue on as there's still more work I want to get done to this car. So I hope you enjoyed this series, and if you do, please leave me a like. Leave me a comment. Always love reading your comments. Consider subscribing because it's going to help the channel out, let it grow, and allow me to record and bring you more great content. So cheers for now, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of 4 Wheel Builds.